just going on a little walk right now. I think it's, I don't know, around 11 o'clock. I want to preface this video by saying that I don't really care if you're vegan or not vegan or whatever it might be. It's not really the point of the video. It's sustainability. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people don't know, like when they consume certain things, that they don't really understand how much resources go into consuming certain things. 660 gallons of water, on average, goes into a 1/3 patty. I don't know how many times you can fill up a car with that. If it was gasoline, for example, I feel like you can fill up a car a lot of times. I don't know how much water a person needs to function on a day-to-day basis, but I think it's only like a couple liters. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I'm basically just saying that the way that we live our lives is just not sustainable. We are little shrimps in a vast world. I guess I get tired of it. I really do. I feel like that we take so much for granted, things that we shouldn't take for granted. You know, it won't be long where, I mean, it might not happen in our lifetimes, but we gotta eat meat that's, you know, raised on a farm. It looks like that lab-grown meat is gonna be the solution for that. Awareness around sustainability doesn't seem to be enough for people. It seems like we're still doing things quite selfishly, whether that's just a part of human function. We don't seem to be getting together to make things better. It just seems to be just, every time something happens, it kind of falls flat. And I think part of it is because we all have jobs, and it's hard to give up your job to do something that, to do the right thing, especially if your job is, you know, especially if you don't get paid enough to live, for example. It's kind of hard to quit your job to go protest or, I don't know, use your voice, you know, and because, you know, God forbid you're away from work for a little longer than you want to be, you could get fired. There goes your whole livelihood. It's the same reason why people, you know, stay in a job for so many years. If it's a union, for example, you get benefits, you know, maybe even insurance. And then you get stuck in that job because you leave that job to go pursue another one, and you got to start from scratch. No insurance, no benefits. Just, I don't know. I guess I'm just saying it's never too early to start something new. Turn over a new leaf. I really do think it's depressing. It bothers me a lot. I think about this shit all the time, and I think this is what drives people to be rude more often these days, because I think we all know, in the back of our heads, in the back of our minds, I should say, we all know that planet isn't going to be planeting for much longer. I mean, we're already looking to Mars. When is that going to happen? Not in our lifetimes, sure not, but God, I think that's the mentality. I mean, I'm saying it right now. Not in our lifetimes. It's going to be the next generation's problem. Fantastic. Let's just continue doing that. Thank you. You know, I had a crosswalk, and I mean, it doesn't mean I have right of way, but I mean, look at that. You know, that person who just passed by me, I'm just thinking selfishly right now. It didn't really bother me that they passed me. I mean, I was standing at the crosswalk waiting to cross, and they didn't stop for me. Was I the inconsiderate one, or were they? Who was really in the wrong? I feel like that we all know in the grand scheme of things that things are going to come to an end, and sometimes scientist projections anyways, it's sooner than we think. And I think that because we know it's sooner than we think, and some of it could be happening in our lifetimes, I think we're all just trying to grab a little slice of the pie while we still can. Nobody likes change. And some of the change that needs to happen quick. There's no real easing your way into it. Just, it's sad. It really is. We've brought upon ourselves this consumerist mind. You know, you buy your clothes, you buy your, you know, whatever you want to buy. Are you actually happy with it? Are you going to remain happy with it? In 50 years from now, is that item going to still be useful? No, probably not. But I guess the magic is there. You feel good for, I don't know, a month. You know, I remember when I got my PS4 for the first time, I got it for a pretty good deal. I played on that PS4 for like 2 years, and now it's obsolete. I gotta buy another one. What do I do with it? Does it actually get recycled? I don't know. I just trust someone else to do it. Why do we trust other people to do things for us? I mean, I get it. We don't have the know-how, or at least not all of us do, but I'm sure, I don't know. But anyways, back to the sustainability thing. It's just, I'm thinking there's just gotta be a better way. I mean, I don't know. We're all just little shrimps in a vast world. We're not, you know, and the world, this internet that we have, it allows us to connect together. Become a school, I guess, of shrimps. Makes the world feel maybe just a little bit less small. I think that's why things go viral so quickly. We like it, goes viral. It's nice. We get a little sense of community out of it. I wish that we could get a sense of community over something more meaningful, though. I just want to be more, man. I want to do more. And, you know, in the end of the day, we all end up in the same brown box in the ground. I want to be buried in a tree, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Or under a tree. Something nice. I'm going to jaywalk across the street. Imagine I just get hit by a car right now. So, I mean, I think we all know basically a quick summary of this is just basically we all know it's not sustainable. And yet we just don't care. We just continue to buy and buy. Fallen into the trap of greed. Are we going to consume ourselves to death? We're going to inflate ourselves beyond recognition in a non-sexy way. I think it's more like inflate yourselves to death, it's more like inflate yourselves to death, not like inflate yourselves to sexy. You know what I mean? If you're into that kind of thing. I'm not again, like I said, I don't care. Like I said, I mean, this revelation is not going to stop me from eating meat, but it just means that I feel like we need more people working together on trying to solve these problems. I think people are really rude now because they know that things are happening and ending maybe sooner than they think. And like I said, I think everyone trying to get their own little slice of the pie is just part of that process, unfortunately. And you know, it doesn't just happen for the little guy, you know. Maybe I want my PS5 and Donald Trump wants Canada, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing, you know. I don't actually know if that's true, by the way. Like, I don't know if he actually wants Canada or not. I'm just like, it's just an example. At the end of the day, we all end up in the same brown box, maybe just with a different legacy stamped on it. But I think every person is important. I don't think it matters who you are. I think life in general is important. Why do I think life is important? Because life is beautiful. Being able to experience life is just one of those incredible things that you only get to experience once. Everyone only gets to experience it once.